Good morning, pod race fans, and welcome to this year's Galactic Pod Racing Championship Qualifiers. I'm here with my co-host, Droopy Angora.
Hello, everybody.
And this qualifier match is between Goofbrush, Galeforce, and Homura. It's going to be an exciting match. These are all high-level players, and for anybody who's interested or hasn't heard of the format of our qualifier match yet, here's how things are going to go down. We have 3 tracks picked out today: Aqualaris Classic, Fire Mountain Rally, and O Prime Centrum. Our runners will have 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes respectively for each course to set the best time they can by the end of that time, or disqualify on them. Well, not disqualify, but DNF. Which is sort of similar, because the qualifying bracket this year is exceptionally tight. So tight, we've had to split it in 2.
The higher bracket for better people, and the lower bracket for the other people.
And the slightly less better people.
We were like 25 at first?
Yeah, we had like 25 entrants. A couple have had personal reasons that they've had to leave for, but that's to be expected with any event.
And so if 16 people are qualified, there are gonna be
about 6 who don't. Right?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Something like that. Our best estimates for these runners are going to be a little bit out of whack. Homura has the most recent set time, I believe, with a 2:36 on Aqualaris Classic. So if Homura is shooting for that, that's a good place to start. A 2:36 low. Gale is probably going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 2:36, 2:37. And Goofbrush is the one to watch with a 2:35.754 on record.
That's a pretty decent time, if not a great one.
We're going to get started pretty soon here. I'm making sure all of our runners are ready before administering a countdown, at which point qualifying will begin. And they have all given me a ready. I should not be typing on my keyboard. I should be typing on this channel. Alright, 15 minutes on the clock. We'll be seeing the runners catch up very shortly. Oh, and I have to pick... Oh, we're using Goof's audio. That's right. I'm not watching the restream, that's my problem. That's why I can't hear anything.
Classic.
Well, shortly. There's about 2 minutes of stream delay we've discovered recently. It's a little bit wide on that margin, but we're going to get started very shortly. And I completely understand staying up all night so that you wouldn't miss this, Metallica. I did the same.
I almost did the same.
Yeah, for you, that would have been a little bit worse, though. It's like noon where you are, right? Ooh.
Correct.
Everybody's starting. They're off.
I didn't see them yet.
You gotta be watching the restream stream in the Live on Air channel. See, the bot is live and it's streaming with a lower delay than the Twitch channel has.
Yeah, I can see.
There you go. This track is a good track for fundamentals. It's a place where a lot of our early runners and new fledglings will be sent by experienced runners to really get the game down pat.
The thing is, for an easy track, the lines become crucial at this level of playing.
And you timed that pretty exceptionally well, as Goofbrush and Homura were just wrapping up the most crucial lines in the track in that figure 8 section at the end. That is a very make-or-break section at high-level play, which all of our players are high-level players today.
I gotta admit, these guys are driving like professionals.
They absolutely are. All three of them at the top of their game right now.
Even everything.
It looks like all of our runners as well have opted to bring along an AI companion, so everybody say hi to Clegg Holdfast. He's here to hold the doors open.
Hi, Clegg.
What I mean by that is there's a section... Oh, wow, 52:11 for Goof. That's nice.
Yeah, incredible time.
There's a section on Aquilera's Classic that we refer to as doors because it has, can you guess, big metal doors. Clegg triggers the doors to activate and keep them more consistent for our runners, so it's always nice to bring them along. Oh, there he is. Hi, Clegg. Goof has just passed him in a very nice spot to pass Clegg. Very much got room to breathe there.
Good thing is he goes over the ramp, where we shouldn't.
Yeah, over the ramp is a bad line. Very, very wide and very much too much airtime on that.
Plus slamming onto the ground. Cuts
Goof logs a time.
Scoring it 2:36.
2:36.
3:46.
3:46. I can't make out much of it. It's a little blurry on my screen. Now remember, they're trying to get the best time they can in 15 minutes, so if Goof can beat that time, more power to him. Gale is on lap 3 heading into doors. Getting that nice optimal door line thanks to our lovely helpful hand of Clegg Holdfast.
There's Clegg, right in front of Gale. He passed him.
We often set Clegg to average AI speed so that we can pass him anywhere other than the figure 8 because, like most hitboxes in this game, the AI hitboxes extend infinitely upward into the sky and infinitely below into the ground, so if they drive overhead, they can kill you.
38.
056.
5.6 for Gale.
It's a very nice time. Did Homura log a time while I wasn't looking, or did Homura reset again? Homura, by the way, is admsc. I'm going to be saying Homura because it's way easier than a string of letters. Although I suppose a name is just a specifically pronounced string of letters, so... semantics. Goof keeping hairpin nice and tight, going right side.
Oh!
Ooh.
Quite a lot of crashes, but that's normal. Looking for the optimal lines.
Yeah, the tighter you take your lines, the more risks you run. That's what I'm asking, Ace. I don't know if Homer has set a time yet. Was watching Gale and Goof pretty intently. What's the problem with a 3-screen layout?
Keeping track of Homura.
Do seem to be getting a couple of
And Goof is on pace to getting another. It was 2:36. So
329, right? Yeah, dot 329. That is a new time, I think.
it is, and I kept track of it.
Ooh, Gale with another crash. You'll notice as well our runners are taking an inside line that's a little bit uncommon for newer players. You would think that driving that close and on that kind of a grade of hill on that initial tube like Gale is doing there would be slower, but it's by no means the case. That line actually saves you way more time than any amount of being on a hill would lose you, and it's not even counted as rough terrain, it's just more road.
The thing with that game is anything that can look a bit janky may not be. The shorter path you take, the faster you go. And also you're gonna have to manage your heat. Boosting is important.
Boosting is a very critical part of the gameplay loop. You upheat and dissipate it over time when not boosting, so essentially what you want to do is never let that hit 0, but you don't want it to max out either. You want to get as close to max as possible, as I guess as infrequently as possible, so that you're getting the most out of each individual boost.
Or else you catch on fire.
Yeah, if you max out, you do catch fire, which has a 3% chance to extinguish every frame that you're repairing. Sometimes that's quick, sometimes you're still repairing to this very day. Goof keeping it very nice and clean through that figure 8, still going right side, the optimal line.
And the hardest one to take, as you can see, it must be very, very sharp.
We're heading into figure 8. Good lines, keeping them nice and tight. Very well done for a 52.09 lap.
Great time. Move in the end of lap 3 again.
Oof is consistent. Oh, well, the minute I say it. Never mind.
It's the commentator's curse.
Homura got that nice little jump you can get there off that corner. 50% of the time that corner will kill you. The other 50% of the time it'll send you skyward for no discernible reason. It's not necessarily optimal to do that, but it's funny when it happens.
Happened to knock during our Walls match.
That is true, and it happened to someone yesterday. I can't remember. Yesterday's a blur because it's still today for me.
And it's a
Ooh,
236.
smacking into the door. 436.
436 for Homura.
That's a great time.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god. These players are all in the 236 something range, except for Gale.
Gale could get a 236. Wow. I wasn't paying enough attention earlier. Goof is taking that some of these lines so close that he's basically clipping into the walls with the visual model of each pod.
Can't get any closer than that.
Gale's going to be the one to watch this lap. He's already on lap 3, heading into final doors.
And on a solid pace.
Rounding the corner, blasting past Clegg. Heading up the hill into figure 8. Little wide. An easy 237.
237.556.
Is that better than his current log time?
It is, by a second or so.
Oh, dang. Goof coming out of lap 2 with a 52.01 and plenty of room to boost. Ace is asking what the time was. Dom's got it, never mind.
I got him too.
half a second faster. Yeah, it's
New
still
brush.
impressive.
Attempting another better time. He's on pretty solid pace.
There's
right
Clegg.
now. Sometimes Clegg is a little faster than expected.
Yeah, the AI has some variance in its distance, even when set to average speed. Oh! Homura taking a dreadful crash there.
Ouch.
Goof logs a 236. Is that a
And it's the
175?
better one yet. 175.
Oh my gosh! Someone put the times in this. That would be a good idea, but I'm not sure I've got the ability to split my attention that far. I gotta keep my eyes on timers, runners.
Don't worry, Digital. I'm on it.
Thanks, Droop.
I scoped the time.
I just noticed Ace saying that the timesheet was trolling him. It's a new era of DU commentating. I actually pay attention to Twitch chat now.
Oh, in the time sheet.
Homura
I scoped
electing
them in
to
my computer.
rest on the time that they have. Working instead to practice Fire Mountain Rally for a little while, which is good because you'll need that extra time to adapt to Bullseye. I hope Homura has understood the format, though. I hope they're not trying to like qualify on FMR next.
FMR is gonna be a tough track.
Their 1 minute warning has been given. Very shortly there will be no more resets.
We are close to the last chance players get to score the best time possible.
Well, on AQC.
Pressure is rising.
Was Goofy.174 on that last time?
Already warming up for FMR, as we can see.
Droop, was Goofa 174 on that last one?
175.
175. Thank
I
you.
got all the times on a .txt.
Great, very helpful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No more resets. I hit the stop button.
And this is the last attempt for Goof and Galeforce.
Well, they're 2 minutes out of sync from us. According to Goof's timer, they've still got about 1 minute 30. It's very important to remember that we, as humble commentators, are not in the same time zone. We're not chronologically locked to the runners. They're ahead of us.
And there's gotta be a little difference, you know, because if you wanna stream it, then restream it, there's gonna be latency. So
Oh, it is 30 seconds.
normal.
Thank you, Dom. I've got 6 a.m. didn't sleep brain. There we go. According to Goof's timer, they should now be on their final runs of this track. Oh, that's from me being tired, not from the runs. The runs are very incredible. They're going so smoothly right now. Is immaculate
The
play.
team took a little damage last night.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily take damage, but I did definitely take a little bit too much time being awake. I hope to rest very well after this ends. right.
Closing in on the end of lap 3, we can see Goof and Gale almost in the
Flag
same
flag.
spots. Let's see if they can score a better time.
Homura's been going off on FMR, by the way. Like, I don't know if we've noticed or addressed this. I think they're on lap 3 deathless.
That's incredible.
Gale just got a 237.813. Is that faster? Oh.
It ain't, unfortunately. It was a 5.56 prior.
And Goof does seem to have PB'd with a 236.151. Incredible work.
0.2 improvement is always good to take.
All right, our runners will now have a brief moment to prepare to run FMR with Bullseye. It's always a little bit of a mess to switch from Ben to Bullseye so rapidly.
I'm jealous. They get to have a pose, and we don't. But as you can
Please
see,
take some time to warm up on FMR. 5 hours later, Goof says.
yeah,
It certainly can feel that way. FMR is the longest track in the game by time, mostly because it's extra twisty, with very few opportunities to get those long boosts in. But the fact that it's also just endless miles of road probably doesn't help.
I was afraid that Goof made the mistake of racing Ben on that track. We know what happens when you use Ben on FMR.
Careful, we don't want Hellfire to decide not to run tourney again after everybody keeps razzing him about that. Razzing him about the M-M-E-M. That can't make my mouth make the syllables I'm trying to make. Ah.
I didn't say the guy's name.
I know, but it's very clearly implied. I don't know if anybody brought Hellfire up specifically last time we talked about FMR until like Hellfire brought Hellfire up talking about FMR.
Correct.
I was just addressing Knock having not Knock, Paige having some scary driving in that forest section.
Yeah, we watched it live yesterday, and it was pretty tense, yeah.
My ability to speak is thoroughly hampered by the fact that my mouth muscles are tired.
Now you feel what it's like.
I'll give him just a little
erase
bit
my
more
French
time
accent,
here.
you know, so I can relate to your mouth problems.
I think I'm gonna wait for Gale to get out of forest before I ask for readies. Just a couple more turns here, and good.
Let's ask the participants.
We have it ready from
As
Omura.
you can see, people,
Nobody else. Continue what you were saying, Groupie.
as you can see, people, this track has a lot of sharp turns. That's the main difficulty and the main reason why we don't use Ben on it. We use Bullseye for its turning stats and overall stats as well.
Bullseye is the fastest pod with this kind of agility. Two are ready. Waiting on Gale.
So far, a nice forest from Gale, but
Very nice forest. Taking that inside line through Volcano very nicely. Let's not waste our good commentary on this though. Let's wait for the match.
yeah. Is Gale ready?
I'm gonna. Oh, there he is.
All right. Business is about to pick up.
And I give a countdown without repeating numbers by mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, that's been given, and 30 minutes starts now. It's 30 minutes starts a couple seconds ago, but you know, it's now-ish.
Nowish, yeah.
Our runners will be taking off shortly.
As you can see, Goof is crashing a lot on the city.
Just having a little bit of fun, driving backwards now.
Goof thinking is on Grabvine Gateway.
Nah, just messing around is all. Come on, brain, wake up. I want to be able to feel every muscle in my face. It makes it easier to talk. GVG definitely is a good track. That's a good point that chat makes. I like to think of it as the sister track to FMR. They're both very similar in layout and patterning.
The thing is,
The main difference is you go through FMR's cheese land in reverse.
and the thing with the GVG is, instead of the volcano section, you get a whole jungle section with even sharper turns.
That is true, you do get swamp. Looks like everybody's taken off now.
I guess so. I'm keeping track of everybody. So far, it's fierce competition.
Indeed it is. So as our competitors are making it through the volcano section here, I feel like it's a good time to bring up, volcanoes are full of lava, right?
Well, if they weren't, would they be volcanoes?
That's certainly a good question. But the lava in this game has this nasty habit of being not only slow terrain, so if you drive on it you will be driving slower and potentially dropping your ability to charge boosts, but moreover, being above lava in any capacity to infinite heights will increase your heat passively and even light both your engines on fire.
Realistic level. Sort of.
And I'm not sure how realistic being above lava 40 million feet in the air and still catching fire would be, but I do understand what you mean.
And I'm not even sure how realistic pod racing is at all, so everything makes sense in the end.
Well, it's definitely
cheese
one
land?
of the more interesting vehicle types, especially the way this game describes their physics, given you don't lose any speed while turning. That and you somehow have the ability to have grip and traction with a floating vehicle. Figure that one out.
I guess the engines are, like, working with matter on a quantum level.
There's definitely something going on with this repulsor grip technology, but as far as I care, you can hand wave that away as just sci-fi gubbins. I don't need to know how it works. It's got a name. It's good enough.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Nice
about to
steady
log a
section
lap
from
one
Homura.
here. 146.35. That's blazing speed.
That's a great time for a lap, yeah. And the first one, without the shortcut.
That is true. There's a shortcut that opens up in Cheeseland on lap 2 and 3. It's cuts about, I want to say, 2 to 3 seconds, right? Something like that.
Speaking of Cheeseland, Goof is in, taking the last section, and he's off. 126.
Something like 2 seconds, chat says, for the shortcut. Thank you. Very, very helpful.
Nice boost hold.
There are a lot of nice boost holds you can get here.
Ooh, that's nice lap time. 144 for Goof.
On lap 1!
He's insane.
Goof, where are these times coming from? Where are you finding these seconds? Homura entering lap 2 Cheeseland. We'll get to see that shortcut open up as the screen shakes and the earthquake shatters a boulder.
And Goof hitting some walls in forest. But he keeps on running.
Oh no, Gale! A terrible crash in the city section.
Sometimes the previous sections can get the most out of you. When you get to a safer section, you usually crash because you've
has
given everything in the previous one.
I think that was with a... Was that with a crash? That 145 lap Homura got? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Goof taking the shortcut on lap 2.
Oh, he's pretty fast.
Whoa, whoa. I looked down and saw what was going on with Homura's forest section, just careening toward a wall through the air.
The crash for Goof, who continues.
You're gonna
Trying to
probably
score
see
a
a
safe
lot
time
of that.
first.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're probably gonna see a lot of that on this track. Getting a banker time on this track, no matter how many crashes you get, is incredibly valuable. As we mentioned, the runners are trying to get the best times they can in the allotted time, which right now is half an hour. We're at 23 minutes left by my count. So getting any time on a 5-minute track as quickly as possible to work with is definitely recommended, and it takes the bit of the pressure off for improving that time in the rest of the time you have. Because at least you aren't DNFing.
Just as an example, I started scoring the 551 at first, then went for 538. I still can't believe
Homura
it.
has just logged in a time of 5:18 some such. Did anybody catch that? I didn't catch the decimals.
I didn't catch it.
Chat, was somebody watching that? We missed it. It was a 5:18. 5:18, 5:01, thank you.
Thanks, Dom.
Write that down, write that down! Goof coming up on the end of lap 3. He's coming
We're gonna
around.
see what time Goof is gonna get.
It's looking pretty low here. 5:13?
5:13, 948, I guess.
That's insane!
That's a great time.
5:13,948. Oh my gosh. With a death? He died on that run?
Yes, he did.
Ooh,
That is
save
close
some
to
speed
world
for the
record
rest of
pace.
us. Holy moly.
Galeforce in Cheeseland.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to operate the rest of my day off of this alone. This is better than a cup of coffee.
Trust me, yeah. This race is almost giving me goosebumps.
Oh wait. Water coming into Cheeseland.
Goofbrush just exiting the volcano. Galeforce exiting city.
That waterfall jump is treacherous. Sometimes it just decides it doesn't like you. I'm still not sure what happens there.
In the section right after, Forest
Blistering,
isn't
146.
better. They're on a pretty solid pace, and he has yet to score a time.
Gale hasn't scored a time, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Woo!
Trying to keep track of everybody.
Ooh, gosh, Gale!
Oh my god.
Boosting in optimal places to bonk is what you're up to, Gale. Yikers. Gonna give me heart palpitations.
Yeah. We know that this section, Cheeseland, is
Whoa!
tougher than a $2 steak.
That's a good expression. I'm gonna use that someday. I'm adding that to my list of things that I want to say in my life. Other than a
Stole it
$2
from
steak.
Jim Ross. He's one of my models in life.
Right, right. Ooh.
Oh, huge amount of damage for Galeforce, who repaired.
It's always better to repair with Bullseye. He's got such a cracked repair stat.
Yeah, that's pretty useful. A good strategy is to repair only when you get in red or double red.
Ooh.
Huge crash!
Other good strategies include repairing mainly on straightaways. Especially if you're cooling down. Ooh, that was a rough crash from Goof. I only caught the aftermath of that one.
Basically, you've got many things to compose with while racing, as well as some initial settings like the traction upgrade and the FPS you're choosing. As a
Mark your
huge
bingo
influence.
cards, everybody. Commentators talk about TFPS. Write it down.
Hey.
I'll keep it short this time, and I'll keep it correct for Lightning Pirate's sake. TFPS, T stands for traction, that's your R20, 60, 80, 100, 300, 600 traction part. FPS is your frame rate. The traction formula tries to account for frame time, but just cancels it out mistakenly, resulting in a lot of interesting disparity between 24 and 60, which are our cap limits for reasons that we are constantly trying to re-debate, it seems.
Gale
logs a time.
23. 329.
See, Ohomura had warning damage there, and with just a quick tap of the repair button, is already back to, like, orange. That's how good Bullseye's repair stat is. Oh!
Mura about to score a time too.
It's like anytime I look down from the top screen to check what's going on with Ohomura. 514! 573! I told you guys you were in for a show. These are our top players, and these are cracked times.
Incredible times indeed.
This is one heck of a show. Not quite the nail-biter event as Hellfire really pushing for Ben on FMR to the last possible minute, but definitely a heck of a show to behold.
I'm gonna need somebody to give me Goof's time again.
Which one?
The one he scored here on FMR. I inverted Goof and Gale.
Uh-oh. 513,948.
Wasn't that Gale's time?
No, that's Goof's time. You said you inverted Goof and Gale, remember?
Yeah. So it's Gale's time I need.
Okay, what was Gale's time then, chat? Bet you didn't know there would be a pop quiz. $523,329 is Gale.
So I had both and just inverted them. Great.
Wait, so you just inverted the names? Not even the times?
Yeah.
Nice.
I should put brush in the text so I don't get confused.
GB versus GF. Homura heading into Cheeseland on lap 1 again. Our other runners are on lap 2. Goof going into a lap 2 Cheeseland. That was a really clean corner cut there. Barely slowing down for that shortcut. Goofbrush is gunning for it this time. For reference, my timer does read 13 minutes left on the clock. Holy moly!
141 a lap.
141.78 new lap record on this profile. That's ridiculous.
It's a new lap record.
Goof, are we heading for a 512?
Gale taking the shortcut.
Are we in 512 Fantasyland, Goof? I want to know.
And it's a 145 for this second lap for Gale. Pretty solid time.
See, that's like... These are all top-level players, and there's still a massive disparity. What's the record for this track? The current world record. I can actually bring that up because I have SRC in a different tab. Current world record for Fire Mountain Rally with no skips, 3 laps, is a 5:01.619 held by Domare.
Yeah, and he did it live in tournament during the squaws match. We have seen it live.
It's true, it's true.
Oh, and a fire for Gale. And a long one, the RNG wasn't kind with him.
You hate to see it.
And it's a 5:13.409.
409, oh my gosh. Well, it was almost 512 Fantasyland, just do it again. Gale rocketing through the shortcut in Cheese Land. I don't even think he braked. I think that whole thing was done off throttle. That's insane. The pace these runners are on. Gale logs a 5:15.84. Dead.
It's round 8-4.
5:15.840. Don't see a lot of 840s, or rather, third-digit zeros in general. Gale seems to be changing to a different traction part. Some of our runners will keep their different traction parts kept on different save files, so, you know, you see change like that, and really the only thing you can assume. Ooh!
That's a good strategy to gain time during tourney.
Yeah, it does save on going to Watto's shop in tournament mode if you just have to switch profiles on free play. Just gonna
Doing that
ignore
every time
that there's a mouse cursor there.
Like if you're taking the sound of the person who's changing their traction part, you can get a water, but in that case, it saves us from that. New round lap 2, entering the leather section.
Boy. Wow. Gale takes that particular bridge very tight to the inside lines. Like that one that's mostly straight with a couple of rocks. Thought he was gonna fall off of that thing.
Yeah, that was scary.
Gale seems to play very aggressively with the apexes of these corners. Oh!
Ouch!
And that's the price for doing so.
But if you succeed taking these corners that tightly, you get pretty decent times, as we could see.
It is all about execution.
Everything is playing out in the blink of an eye. 1:43 a lap for Homura on second lap. Pretty solid pace too.
Keeping close watch over the stopwatch. Homura is on lap 3 with a very nice forest. Wow. That's going real well.
Nice heat management. Exiting every straight at max heat.
Gale dying to the arch entering Cheese Land. That thing's got some big feet.
Cheese Land is very tough.
Cheese Land just doesn't let up from the moment that you enter to the moment that you leave. And just when you think you're safe, there's like one tiny sliver of geometry that likes to just eat your engines. But I doubt it'll be a problem for any of our runners today.
Really?
How much time left?
Mura entering city. Oh, hitting a wall. But that won't make him through the end of the race. And he's a 5:12.22. Oh my god, that's fast.
5:12.22? Well, sorry Goof, you're not the fastest qualifier today. Homura just cracked you wide open, like an egg. 5:12.22 out of Homura. That's an insane time.
Is the
I would not
time
blame
limit-
Homura for just sitting on that.
Have we reached the time limit?
No, we got 5 minutes 56 left, and I am supposed to give a 5-minute warning for Goof, although I did just give a 6-minute warning, so kinda up in the air if I need to. I'm gonna do it anyway, because I was asked.
You're gonna be bullying our players.
No, not bullying, I'm just doing exactly what I was told.
6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's because I have a degree in computer science, right? I learned programming. You know, you send a programmer to the store, tell him to pick up a loaf of bread. If they have eggs, get a dozen. He comes back with 12 loaves of bread.
Roof is real restoring. Nomura still at the beginning of lap 1.
Homura is gonna keep trying to push that time lower. It's admirable, but do you need to? Do you need to sub 512? Is that necessary?
I mean, by this point, it's only gonna get them higher up the ranks.
That's true. But don't burn all your energy when you still got Endoprime Centrum coming up.
I got a little problem. I'm back to you guys in a minute.
It's just gonna be you and me for a little bit, Chad. How have you been? How's your day? You enjoying the qualifiers so far? Goof and Gale are in about the same place. Gale just a little bit further ahead, but also a couple seconds ahead. Sonny and your rabbit has melted into a puddle. That's lovely. I'm having a great time. I'm watching Goof explode violently in Cheeseland, Gale following suit, Homura having an excellent lap 1 and careening into Forest with the speed of 50 Jaguars. It's great. I'm enjoying myself. Welcome back, Droopy. I've just been keeping Chad entertained.
And as you can see, I rushed.
Oh! These are some incredible times from these players. I'm just astounded. It's really hard to find things to say. Like, every minute of this qualifier has just been thing I don't want to miss on 3 separate screens.
And what's amazing me is they are continuing to try and get better ones. They will never stop. As we said, fierce competition.
This is what top-level players will usually do, is they will continue to push their times ever lower in tourney bracket, or not in tourney bracket, but in tourney quals like this. Not because they're in danger of not qualifying, but because they got time.
And on the other hand, you got new players like me. When I scored my 239, I was sure I wouldn't do better, so I ended up flexing.
You have the occasional moment of, that's as far as I'm gonna go, it's a miracle I even got that, I'm gonna relax for a bit.
Exactly.
Speaking of relaxing for a bit, Homura has moved on to practice Endoprime Centrum, while the other two continue to toil away on Grabvine for the remaining 1 minute 40 seconds.
And Homura totally can't do that because 512, oh my god, that was fast.
You've earned a break. You've earned a break, buddy.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Take a break, grab a drink. Fry an egg at this point. I mean, you got time.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. Nice
Grab
jump
yourself a
from
Flintstones
Homura on
vitamin.
APC.
Do you want a Fred or a Barney?
We got Gale and Goof close together.
Two birds of a feather, 10 seconds out of sync.
This ladder section can be tricky too, but so far so good. They know it very well. Ooh, that was a close call for Goof.
Anytime I hear a soundbite that sounds like Bullseye in pain, I worry for Goof's well-being.
Same. Oi!
Hey! Hey!
Hey, it's
And
quite
other
hot
terrible
too.
impressions.
Yeah.
Top
Some
quality
of their lines
commentary
are
today. This is
easier
what
to
happens
do,
when I
but
don't sleep.
some
3,
others are.
2, 1. No more resets. Everybody pencils down. Well, keep writing, but pencils down.
Gale getting 143 on lap 2. Homura already on lap 3 on APC. Warming up.
I'm telling you, with that time Homura's like living in 2033, while the rest of us are still here in 2023. We're behind the times. Specifically that time on FMR.
I mean,
512,
it's
absolutely nuts. No idea what that was supposed to be. Oh, it was an emoji. Weird day when your computer wigs out and just shows you a square instead of the emote that was sent.
Sometimes these machines have a hard time giving us what we need.
Every computer under the sun has issues every once in a while.
Our technology is still primitive in a way.
This is why you don't expose your computers to direct sunlight. Bum. Alright, that looks like Goof's last run of that, based on that pause screen there.
Yeah.
Gale and Homer are getting some practice in. We'll give Goof a little bit of practice as well.
Time to
Now,
familiarize
what's interesting here is
with the track.
You can see Gale takes the right path up that beginning, and Homura is taking the left path. Left path is in this very interesting spot of being arguably faster depending on your skill level or your confidence. Because I think we've seen that Homura is absolutely cracked, so Homura could absolutely take right side if Homura wanted to take right side. Just doesn't want to take right side. We're going left side for consistency of boost hold, and that's fair.
The thing is with that boost hold is to take care not to jump at the end of that section, just like Goof did.
Right. Left side boost hold is more consistent than trying not to underheat on right side on lap 1. Trying not to underheat on right side on lap 1 is faster if you can do it. So our runners are going to be opting for the more consistent option today.
Maybe to score a safer time first, the infamous banker time. You need not to. What was the abbreviation again?
DNF. Do not finish.
DNF. Did not finish.
We're going to give Goof a little bit of
It's
time.
not a DQ, it's a DNF.
I could go for some DQ.
DU said, and DA approves.
And DONT touch that dial. What do you reckon? We give Goof 1 lap, 2 laps, 3 laps to warm up?
Let's cut this in half and say 2 laps.
2 laps. Alright, so once I see Goof finish lap 2... Ooh, that's a good time. Once I see Goof finish lap 2, I will ask the runners if they're ready. Which means that Goof is going to get way more than... Well, never mind, I'll ask now. Everything is going quite smoothly so far.
Leaving a little message to encourage our participants. Our participants. Shit, my accent is. Ooh.
Oh, everybody's ready.
I guess so. Given the fact there's latency on our screens. What was it like? 2 minutes?
Alright, it's like a minute 30 of latency. Countdown's been given, 15 minutes on the clock. And they'll be rolling off the starting line any minute now. Keep track of my alarms and timers.
And
Ooh.
we can
Oh, it looks like
see
it's about to start.
Everybody about to begin.
Start your engines, everybody. This one's gonna get wild.
Spatstilia bebutaturga. And we're off! Yale taking the right side.
Haven't seen this game since he rented it from Blockbuster as a kid. It's a good one. It's worth picking back up. It's available on Steam, GOG, and most modern consoles.
Such as the PS4, the Switch, and the Xbox. Would you rather want to play the PC version as it's more tweakable, I guess?
It's more openly, I guess manipulatable would be the word I would use for speedrunning purposes. Yada yada, TFPS, 24 FPS is much smoother and more like the original physics, but 60 gives you more traction.
Exactly.
The same things that are always discussed. I don't want to yada yada it like I don't want to talk about it or anything, because I do want to talk about it, but I'm yada yadaing because I could talk about it 4 hours.
Plus, we already did on FMR.
That's true, the bingo space has already been marked off. It may as well be a free space at this point. Happens every match. Wouldn't have the same feel without the N64 controller. That's fair. Counterpoint, it would feel better, because the N64 requires you to hold straight forward pretty much to charge as a result of its stick gate blocking at 75% of the total capacity of the input. And since nose down only charges boost past 70%, you get a reduced angle at which you can turn while holding nose forward. It's sort of makes the N64 version really painful.
One of the best players in the N64 version, Eudoro, I don't know how that man can drive so fast.
I don't know either. Between the stick gate and the N64's input delay, Hayu's got some cracked times, some Jedi reflexes. A joy to watch Hayu play anytime you get a chance.
He's the only human able to play on N64 like that.
That was certainly the fastest. I think Draco could probably give him a run for his money if he wanted to, though.
Oh yeah, Draco is fast too. Brush, closing in on lap 3, nice boost hold.
N64, though, is a very good choice to play this game on. Now, I'm not trying to, like, knock it because of the stick gate thing. I just wanted to address that because it's a fun fact. There are many fun facts that I have learned about this game, and all of them involve bizarre, weird oversights with the programming.
Goof scoring a 2:34.172. Nice time.
I really gotta, like, give shoutouts to Goof every time getting a better record on these. First off, Goof cleared the file that actually keeps track of those records, so that's extra helpful. We can just see if the text is flashing and know if Goof actually beat a time. Second, Goof has cleared that file so that every time we can't read what shows up on that results screen because it's blurry, he can take us to a screen where it's bigger and more clear, and we can read it. So helpful. Nicest thing anyone's ever done. 2:35.0 something for Gale, 6-2.
I'm on it.
Oh, you know what's a good thing that I can say about the N64 version that's really nice? It's got functional textures. Every other version of this game released with a busted set of textures that are just like all checkerboardy and junky looking. I don't know what happened to them, but they're like corrupted on every other version of the game except the N64. It took us until like last month to fix it.
Version?
What?
Including the Dreamcast version?
Including the Dreamcast version. I checked footage of all of them. Every single version that's not N64 has the broken textures. We only fixed that, like, this year with Texture Block by figuring out how they got corrupted, and Lightning Pirate rewrote a file to, like, uncorrupt them. Is great.
So if it wasn't for the N64 version, we wouldn't have known.
We definitely wouldn't have noticed. We would have just thought that those textures were ugly.
And that's it.
So Gale is 5th place already and has definitely secured a top 8 time with that, a top 8 slot with that time. So that bracket just got a little bit more difficult to fight in.
Oh yeah.
Not like there was ever any doubt that Gale would top 8. Does that include the arcade machines? The arcade machines are actually a completely different game. Very interesting fact about the arcade machines. They're a different game with a different set of physics, a different genre. Fewer racers, fewer tracks, better graphics, better sounds. It's a whole thing.
Physics are way different.
Oh, completely different. It's sort of like pushing an ice cube on a glass tray.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Very slippy, the arcades. You wouldn't think that it's a different game based on the fact that it uses very similar branding, but it is completely different. But I'm pretty sure Ben is still the fastest available pod in that game, so, you know, some things don't change.
You mean Ben is in the arcade version?
Oh yeah, he's got like weird unlock requirements that basically require you to cooperate with everybody who ever plays in the arcade.
Okay, so you don't get Ben anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely not on your own unless you like own the machine.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ben being the fastest pod, let's tie ourselves back into this. Ben being the fastest pod is an interesting little bit of knowledge about this game. You would think that the guy who blows up on the starting line would be ranked very poorly, but turns out having 4 jet engines, as opposed to everybody else's 2, gives you the highest boost thrust in the game. 234.1.
100.
It turns out having 4 jet engines just makes you categorically faster. To the tune of about 1,000 boost thrust, which is the only stat that really matters. And thanks to Ben's combined serviceable other stats, he's just the best character in this game. Not Anakin, not Sebulba, despite the fact that he always wins.
The problem with Sebulba is his max speed is, well, deceiving.
Yeah, pretty much. It's sort of like, I think it's like uncapped. He's got the best or one of the best max speeds available without boost thrust. But the problem is max speed is capped, and everybody reaches that cap with the highest speed upgrade. So, good job, Sebulba. You're strikingly average.
That's too bad. I really like that
Did
guy.
you miss any Goof times on FMR? Goof, I think, stayed with that 513, right?
He's at 5:13.409 to be exact.
Right. Yeah, Goof did not get a better time than that, but, I mean, I can't blame him. That's a great time.
Yeah, given what track it was scored. We all could see it previously. And Goof about to score a time here of 2:34.
I don't think it was fast enough to beat his current time, because he advanced through those menus at lightning speed.
It's already got a 34.172. Yale reaching third lap.
Wait, it was faster?
Taking the
I
hairpin
didn't
like
catch
a
it.
champ.
268 versus 260. Well, to be fair, I didn't catch those numbers because I blasted through the menus, like, frame by frame immediately.
Yeah.
I tried my best,
Didn't
just couldn't see.
lose. You didn't lose any time to restart.
Oh,
As soon as you could
234.018 is apparently Goof's new time.
And we got Gale scoring a 235.05.
Okay, I was confused. 234.018 is Goof's current time. Just make sure you got that jotted down.
Just an ever so slight improvement so far. for
Probably
Gale.
why he didn't even notice it and blasted through those menus at lightning speed. By my count, we got about 3.5 minutes left before I have to give the no more resets warning. Ooh! Just heard the lovely sound of a crunching engine.
An engine that was about to be utterly destroyed.
Oh no, it was utterly destroyed. It was gone.
He's got count them, 3 engines!
You really need more than 2.
Yeah, that's unfair. I mean, 4 engines? Ben could crash like twice before actually crashing. But this game is unforgiving.
Homer dead on the downhill. Do we have time for Homer yet? Do we have a time for everybody?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good.
At a 234.100 exactly.
That's right, the 100.
So many round times here.
Round because they end in
We'll
0,
have more
right? That
and
makes
one
sense.
here on APC.
Oh. I was just
Oh,
about
bad
to
press
say
for
that Homer
Homura.
was navigating the city section very cleanly. I should stop thinking of things to say. Anytime I think about saying things, I just I waste everybody's time. Homura electing to sit on their time, having some fun with Gazgano instead. Oh! Wow!
I wouldn't be able to imitate his scream like. Oh, you're better than me on that one.
Thank you. At 1 minute 15 left, so I'm gonna type that 1 minute warning. Can't wait for Lightning to have to edit this and deal with those terrible Gazgano impressions of ours. That's gonna be great. It's gonna have a blast listening to that one. That 1 minute warning went out at about 1 minute dead. That's good.
Okay, so everything is gonna play out right after. Mura taking us on a tour of the track.
Just having fun.
Different paths. Going backwards.
Ooh, Goof got that boost hold through City. That's a fun one to get. Always feels really good. Basically, because of the way that slide works, which is or the way that traction works in general, it's related to every axis, not just left and right, but also up and down. If you hold the slide button, you don't increase or decrease pitch as quickly. So you can go up hills and hold boosts over small bumps that you normally wouldn't be able to. Alright!
And it's official, no more restarts.
I was too busy talking about how the slide button works.
Yeah, but it's important to know.
It is. It is. Very helpful information. Usually you use it to pre-turn corners, but you can also use it to hold boosts over small bumps like that little thing that Goofbrush keeps going over. What is that thing? Like, what is that?
Yeah, sometimes
It's
makes
like a
you slam
trapezoid.
onto the ground, cutting your boost hold, and it can be very frustrating, especially if you're trying to score a PB or something like that. Nice hairpin for Goof,
Very nice hairpins.
and a great jump.
By the way, you've probably noticed by now that everybody's going through that column. It doesn't have collision. I don't know why the devs put a column right after a jump and didn't think anybody would go straight at it.
There are many things in that game that they left without collision.
There's stuff that doesn't have collision that should, and there's stuff that shouldn't have collision that does.
A 2:33.939, I guess, for Goof.
Is that a 9.3 or is that a 9.2? Is
Maybe
blurriest
it's
number I've ever seen in my life.
2.9. Please, Goof, show
Yeah,
us.
233.939. I just checked the Twitch feed, which is
939.
sharper. All right. Looks like everybody's about done. Gale logs a final 234.862. I don't know if that's faster. I'll be inviting the runners up for a brief post-match interview.
And it was faster. It's his final time. Okay, so we have it all.
Our runners should be joining us shortly for a lovely little post-match interview. Droopy, think of any questions you want to ask now. Hello, Goofbrush. Your mic is muted. There you go. Hello, Homura?
Everybody joining. Hello, guys.
Hello guys.
Last but not least, coming at any minute now, I'm sure. He'll be here if we give him a second. I can't stall that much longer, Gale. Please get in here. There he
And
is.
here he is.
Hello.
That actually almost worked
Hello,
out
Gale.
perfectly. So, you three are cracked. Those were some ridiculous times.
Yeah, I am happy with that.
Yeah.
512 out of you, Homura, on FMR was beautiful, a majestic display.
Yeah, I was very nervous, but I just managed to just keep it together, you know.
Keep it together, you certainly did, securing the highest time we've logged on that in a while. Gale, also, you performed quite well today. I think you PB'd on every single track, right?
Just FMR.
Just FMR. Dang.
Yeah. I have some hidden PBs.
Oh, I see. Some that are a little bit more recent than 3 years ago.
Yeah. You could say that.
Just a little.
Yeah,
And
I mean, significantly above expectations for me.
And Goof absolutely cracked on a lot of these tracks today, setting some killer times.
Yeah, apart from one, of course.
Oh.
That 530 nonetheless on FMR was incredible.
Yeah.
I died
Like-
on FMR. I think I finished 2 runs and both of them had a death. I think I had a 5:07 pace run that died right at the end as well.
Indeed.
Yeah, you do lose
died
about
in-
5 seconds to a death, don't you? But it's still a very impressive time, especially given that
Yeah.
there was a death in it. I mean, when
That's
I
why it
die on
was
that
impressive,
track, I
yeah.
usually die again, and then one more time, and then I reset.
And then some
Yeah.
more.
I was,
Yeah, 13 with a death is crazy.
yeah.
Most players can't even get that deathless.
So
I was
far, we
hoping to
can
get-
assume the 3 of you have secured a spot in the top bracket.
There was never any doubt.
I was hoping to get a slightly better time on Ando Prime Centrum, but I think it's fine. I think Ace is gonna beat it though, so, and Mike probably.
Mike probably is fair. Ace, not sure. He has been a little bit slow on the D-Rust.
What did you get?
33.9.
Oh, yeah.
All
We'll-
of your
we'll see.
times are tightly packed close together.
I'm not so sure Ace will beat it, unless he's been, practicing like crazy for the last 10 hours.
Well, if he had the opportunity to practice, yeah, it would be incredible.
I think someone's gonna beat that.
Let's remember
as
that
well.
guy Ace was champion in 2020 and 2021.
Also, at one point, he held 50 out of 50 records, so this man knows no bounds.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna do well. At least he's gonna beat my Fire Mountain, probably my Aqualaris, maybe Ando Prime. But I'm not too fussed about my qualifying times, just so long as I didn't choke so hard.
Well, that's a great way to start my morning. That's way better than a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah.
Next
Yeah,
match
it was-
is in
it was a lot of
20
fun.
minutes.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Your next tournament match, keep it here, keep it on this very channel. Don't stop going away. Don't you dare.
Please stay on that channel. There's
It's
another
going to be
match.
right here at 8 o'clock. It's between the aforementioned Ace. Who else is in it? Zalaskalar and
Mikey.
And Mike.
Mike.
The
honestly,
infamous Star
If I
Rust.
weren't about to either
Still
pass
linked
out
Mike.
or go somewhere and pass out, I would watch that.
Yeah, I definitely watched that too. So I'm
I would
joining
recommend
you guys
watching it.
on the comment section on Twitch.
Definitely keep it here for more Star Wars Episode 1 Racer Tournament qualifiers. Until about half an hour from now, I suppose. Keep your goggles on and your engines tuned. Does anybody else have anything else to say?
I would thank you, Digital, for being an incredible food to my poor beat, just like Nox said to you
That
yesterday.
sounds familiar. A line so
And I-
nice, we hear it twice.
And I also want to thank all the participants for the incredible racing you put up there. Great job, guys.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
As
you.
well as the Speed Gaming staff for allowing us to broadcast all of this.
And helping us get set up. Very, very important to thank Speed Gaming staff and their magical technology wizardry powers for getting us set up in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Alright, GG's, guys.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
We'll see you all next time, and some of you we will see in 23 minutes.
Alright, bye.
Stay tuned, guys, for the next match. Ace versus Zelascalar versus Mikey Burger.